Hi folks, Jerry Papa again with Gulfview Realty Property Management, your professional lease and property management company located in Tampa Bay, Florida. Today, as another part of our FAQ, we're going to be talking about additional liability and liability that many owners face without realizing the added stress they have put on a relationship. Now you might stand there or sit there and say, what is he talking about? Well, what I'm talking about is the fact that if you engage the services of a professional lease and property management company, your days of communicating with the tenants that are living in your property or your properties should be over. You've entrusted a professional to handle not only the management of that property, but all communication with that property. Many times owners feel that they still need to be engaged with those tenants, and sometimes they get sucked into a conversation or get sucked into a discussion of some sort that needs to be led and driven by the property management company. For example, if you're an owner, you really don't want to ever stop at the property to ask the tenants how things are going, because this is what I will call or refer to as the mom and dad complex. When you were a kid and you went to your mom and she said, no, you can't do something, many of us went to our father and we said, Dad, can I do such and such a thing? And if the father was not experienced, as in if you were the first child, he may fall into that dilemma. But if he was the father now of 3 or 4 children, he's going to ask the all-important question, what did your mother say? So when it comes to the relationship with tenants, you want to make sure that you're not sending mixed messages to those tenants, that either one, they feel as though they can contact you directly and you may give them a different answer or a better answer than the trained professionals that are out there managing your property. And remember, those trained professionals know the rules and regs of managing a property for hire, and they also know up-to-date laws as it relates to the Landlord-Tenant Act and all the issues as it relates to potential liability. So when it comes to you having that contact, always discuss that with your property manager or the broker of the firm that you have hired to represent you in the management of this property or properties before you ever have any conversation. And should the time ever come that you've had communication or attempted communication from a tenant or the tenants in a specific property, you need to make sure that you cut the conversation short, not to be rude, but to tell them they need to take the matter up with the property management firm that you have engaged with to manage your property. This will help you reduce your added liability because of issues. And we're talking about issues sometimes that can be as simple as who uses the backyard and or who has access to the barbecue pit, or something even more pertinent as it relates to a gas issue or an electric issue. Let that property management firm deal with that. Let them look at whatever is necessary, including having communication with the utility companies, etc., because they're local on the scene, and that's why you chose them to be your advocate in the management of these properties, because regardless of whether you live in Florida or you live any place else on the planet, you need to have the confidence and allow the people that you've hired to be your conduit to managing all the subsequent issues that may arise or may not arise with regards to your property. In the long term, it'll make for a much smoother relationship, and the tenants, by virtue of that, as well as the resident manual, which if you remember is near 40 pages long, and we review that page by page, and they have to sign for that before they become tenants in the property. It addresses most everything that they're going to encounter in that property, and by virtue of them being given a hard copy of that resident manual and by it being in the cloud so that they have 24/7 password protected portal access, they always know what the proper procedures are, and if for any reason they have a question, they can contact their property manager by email, text, telephone, or whatever. And if all else fails, they can call my admin or call me here at the office. So it's important to set the proper theme into motion from the very beginning, and during the course of the relationship, let those professionals handle everything that needs to be handled with regards to managing that property, and you'll increase that buffer, if you will, of liability or increased liability on the part of that relationship with the tenants. I'm Jerry Papa. I'm with GolfViewTeam.com, GolfView Realty Property Management. I thank you very much for your time, and if you need to reach out to us, take a look at us on the internet, and we'll be happy to reach back out to you. And again, that's www.golfviewteam.com. Thanks a lot and have a great day.